What up, man and woman? It's your big brother K-Rino. Um, I know what you're thinking. Like, man, why is this dude popping up on here at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock on the East Coast, 12 midnight on the West Coast? Why is this dude popping up this late doing a live stream? Well, the answer is simple. Can't blame me for this one. Um, I got in a little late tonight. I'm on a little late tonight because I had an event that I had to do, and I just returned from that event. And while I was at the event, a homie of mine, he was like, "Man, I really enjoy your live streams, man." He say, "When do you normally do them?" So I was like, "Well, I normally do them on Friday nights, and the times vary, but I normally try to get one in on a Friday night." I say, "But due to the fact that I'm at this event with y'all, I probably won't do one tonight unless I can make it home early." Well, clearly I didn't make it home early, but when I got home, when I ate, because you be a little frustrated and grumpy before you eat. At least I have. I was today because of it was the adventure tonight. But once I ate, reality kicked back in. I say, you know what? I've done live streams where they've lasted up until 2 something in the morning at times. I say, so I know my people are going. Some of my people will still be up. So I said, okay, I'll come on for a little while, which means I won't try to be on here for a long, long time. But like they say, um, we'll be here for a good time, but not a long time. So that's what it is in a nutshell. So whoever comes on and shows up in the neighborhood tonight, I appreciate y'all, and we will get it in on this open topic. Um, and make it roll. Like I said, I don't plan on to be long. I ain't gonna hold y'all long, but I'm tired, man. I'm probably gonna turn in early, early by my standards. But what I would ask you to do, those of you who are willing to do it, I would ask y'all to click the like button. That's that thumbs up icon that you see somewhere on your screen, whether you're on your phone or your desktop. Click that like button for your big brother, and that would be greatly appreciated. Thank y'all for not clicking the like button. But here we go. This is gonna be an open topic, so we'll just do it like this, man. Okay, well, all right. Shifty getting it started right out the gate. Shifty said, "What's up, K? Have you ever made a beat on your own, a beat of your own?" Yeah, many times, countless times. Not only have I made beats for myself, I've produced for others. I produced for a lot of people within my own circle and a few people outside of my circle over the years. I haven't made a beat in a long time, but if you go back through my catalog, and this again, y'all, is the importance of the physical copy. This is the importance of the physical copy, y'all, because when you get the physical copy, let me get this glare off. When you get the physical copy of an album, what happens is you can turn it over and then you can see who produced what songs and all this good stuff and who featured on it and where it was recorded at. You don't get that just from the digital side. You want something tangible. Tangible. You see what I'm saying? So if you go back through my catalog, you'll be able to know a lot of the songs that I produced. But you may have to get the physical copies. That's why we keeping CDs alive. Shout out to a couple of early super chats, man. HTXG101. Thank you so much, my brother. You said your videos keep me going through probation and everything in life. Man, that's real, brother. Keep your head up. Don't let them folks frustrate you into violating in any kind of way on your probation. Make sure that you stay focused, report like you're supposed to report, get your job. It's gonna be rough sometimes. Sometimes you're gonna be frustrated. You're gonna be like, man, these folks are trying me. But guess what? They are not bigger than the power in your own mind. So yeah, I appreciate you. God is great. God's dummy, what's up, my brother, my homie, my longtime supporter? He said, Behind These Bars is a good book. That's my second book, Behind These Bars. That it took me, how long did it take? It took me 482 years to finally send you that book. But I got you, my brother. You know, it's not, I told you I had you. It's not if, it's when. But I'm glad you enjoyed it or enjoying it if you're still reading it, fam. I appreciate that. Miami, Florida, another one of my longtime riders. And see, look, he said, Miami said, make CDs great again. Let me tell y'all something about this dude. He ain't just talking. He ain't just running his mouth, because we've met several times on the block, and this man has purchased CDs from me hand to hand. You know what I'm saying? Just supported physical units hand to hand. That brother ain't just running his mouth. He ain't just putting something out there and just saying it just to be saying it. He's a representation of exactly what his post said. And I always have to repeat and reiterate this statement when I talk about this push that I'm on to regenerate physical copies, to reintroduce physical copies. I always have to preface it with this. I understand the modern time. Do not think, and I'm not saying y'all think, whoever may think this, I know some of y'all already know where I'm coming from. Do not think that I'm some ancient relic or just some backwards thinking person who's just stuck in the past. And I'm like, man, I just don't want to let go of the CDs. And no, that's not the angle. That is not the mindset. The mindset is urging fans and supporters to support physical copies, to support their favorite artists, because streaming revenue is robbery. Streams don't pay artists hardly any money. So what I'm urging, and I hope other artists will get on board, like I posted the Cardi B video the other day. I'm hoping that the supporters of a particular artist, whether it's me, whether it's whoever, would just say, okay, man, if my favorite artist drops physical copies, even though I'll stream the album, if my favorite artist drops physical copies, we're going to support. Why? Because we love this artist, and it ain't saying you supporting every artist, just the ones that you rock with. We're going to support this artist because we rock with their music. And because of that, we're going to buy a CD. Even if my car ain't got a CD player, even if my house ain't got an old school stereo with it, we're going to purchase a physical copy of the album in support of the artist. And that brings back true independence, true freedom for that artist, how it used to be. All right. SPC2G. Hey, man, I saw that video, man. I love it. I love it. I don't know which one of y'all this is. It just says SPC. It says official SPC2G. I don't know who's running that channel. But whoever you are, my brother, y'all doing work as usual, man. South Park Coalition is in the building, man. Plain and simple. On this late night. Y'all click the like button if you haven't already. Yeah. Gospel OG, I'm always burning. I'm burning the midnight oil, the 2 in the morning oil, the 4 in the morning oil. This, I'll be up. I don't sleep at night. Yeah. Yeah. Righteous by Nature says, I miss going to the record store and thumbing through the CDs. Man, come on, man. Me too. That's all right, though. But we have the power. Don't ever uh, fall into the misconception that they have the power. They have power. They're just being smarter than we are right now. But we got the ability to level up and regain control if we just unify and do it. Jason Brody says, what says like the brother up? Yeah, like me up, man. Hit the likes. You know, ain't that many of us in here, but it's never that many of us in here, so it is what it is. HTX, shoot me an email. I'll shoot you the info. Well, you probably already got the info, but yeah, for sure. To answer your question, yes. DNS, SPC2G, SPC2G repping hard up in here tonight, man. DNS all the way from Germany. Yes, sir. Yeah, I checked out the video yesterday. I like it, my brother. Y'all did a great job. As usual, man. SPC2G be handling their business, bro. Naeem, what's going on, my brother Naeem out there in Detroit, man? He said vinyl is back too. Yeah, vinyl. They tried to pull that crap with vinyl. The vinyl people was like, nah, watch out. Yeah, vinyl been back. Been made its resurgence. Now I'm just wanting CDs to follow suit. But it was something that when I posted that Cardi B video yesterday, it answered a question that I had asked on one of these live streams a while back. I said, man, are the major labels and the mainstream artists, are they still putting out CDs? Are they still printing up CDs? Because I hadn't really been seeing them. But just to see that now, okay, they putting Cardi B. Cardi B, one of the biggest stars in the world, whether you like her music or not, we're not getting into that. But if they print up CDs, then that's still a market for them. They're not going to print them up if there's not a market for them. If they're not still selling, they're not going to print them up. So, us independents got to keep pushing out physical copies, y'all. And y'all got to support, man. St. Paul Coalition, all right. We got the SPC Midwest, the St. Paul Coalition. St. Paul, Minnesota, I would assume. Spikey say, let us see the chain swing. If this chain swing, boy, this a magical shirt. Shout out to my homie Big E, man. That's who gave me this shirt. I don't smoke Kush, because y'all know, but that was his label, the Kush Nation. My brother Big E. What's up? Is that DAT? Say hello. All love and peace. Hey, welcome. Don't know how you got here, but we're glad you came and hope you stay and hope you return again. Y'all subscribe to the channel if you're new. Keep your notifications on if you're new or you've been around. And check your stuff every now and then, because I do believe I'm shadow banned. So you got to check, man. Yeah. This is an open topic tonight, man. So basically, whatever it is y'all got on y'all mind, like I said, I don't plan on being on here long. So my duration on this live stream will be based on y'all's engagement and your ability to crack atoms in my brain and stimulate my mind enough to where we can really, get a good conversation on. But if not, it's fine, because it's late. It's all good. Righteous by Nature says the interview with Brother Enoch Muhammad. Hey, man, come on, man. See, y'all know I get excited when y'all mention supporting the podcast. I get excited, man. And the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast, for those who did not know that we do a podcast, the latest episode is up. The latest episode of Legends 34 podcast is up. That's our sports podcast. So both of those have just dropped new episodes like this week. So for all my sports fans, y'all go to Legends 34. We had a fantasy football draft. Shout out to my homie DJ Rec, who he's a big fantasy football guy. He's got a circle of guys that and girls that participate in fantasy football, and we had the draft. I probably was the only one that wasn't in the draft because I don't play fantasy football. And on the Underground Dialogue podcast, we had brother Enoch Muhammad from Chicago, Illinois, and he was just breaking down so much wisdom, man, and a lot of the initiatives they have with this program that he has called the Hip Hop Detox, and it's a beautiful, beautiful program. Y'all go watch the episode. That's what y'all do. Y'all go watch the episode if you would be so kind. Yeah. Miami says, I'm so scared to eat anything because everything is contaminated with too many chemicals. Yeah, man, they make it hard even when you're trying to eat good, even when you're trying to eat right, because, you know, even the fruits and the vegetables, they find a way to, as you said, they find a way to contaminate it. They find a way to chemicalize them. So the only alternatives are to figure out ways to grow your own food, you know, do everything in-house as you can. That's not as easy for a lot of people. It's not as convenient for a lot of people. Or you have to seek to find trustworthy places, restaurants and places that you can, and even places that you can order food to come into your house and cook yourself. You have to find trustworthy places who don't mess the food up before it gets to you. Those are your alternatives, you know. And you have to eat navy beans, bro. Eat you some incorporate navy beans into your diet, because what the navy bean does, it has so many nutrients in it. And what the navy bean does, it serves as a protection against a lot of the contaminants that we take in on a daily basis, even environmental, not just food stuff, but environmental elements that have been contaminated. When you eat navy beans, it fortifies you, it strengthens you, and gives you a protection against a lot of that stuff. You know, whereas, okay, it's like if you had on a bulletproof body armor and they may shoot you, you know, okay, you might get scuffed up a little bit, you might get dented up, you know, grazed a couple of times, and you might, okay, I feel it, but I'm better than the person who had nothing on. So yeah, incorporate navy beans into your diet. And don't mix them with nothing. Don't try to eat no. Well, you know, you have to tell certain people later, don't mess the beans up by cutting up fat back in it. You know, you know. I had a homie of mine, another homie of mine who was a Muslim, bought him a bean pie, and he used to work at this gym that I play ball at. And he was talking about how good the bean pie was. He said, man, that bean pie was so good. Oh, man, that bean pie was delicious. He said, man, I got up and I just cut me a slice and I put it in the microwave. And I was like why'd you put the bean pie in the microwave? You just radiating. You taking away you killing all the nutritional value. You're combating against the very purpose of the navy bean. That's right, righteous by nature. Navy bean soup, bean pie, bean soup. You can do so much with the navy bean, man. I had somebody made some navy bean donuts. Yep, yep. Sebastian says might be a turn of the time. People got all up on Spotify because it was efficient. You pay 1 month fee. Yeah, and I always say that too, Sebastian. From the fan standpoint, it's tough to um, you can't I can't fight with the fans for them wanting to like you say save money and have a more efficient way to access whatever music they want. I can't fight that. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I've always said, hey man, if you're gonna stream, still stream it. You got your subscription to the platforms, still do it if that's what you want to do. I can't tell you what's best for you. What I'm proposing is that outside of you streaming, if there's an artist or artists and you can afford to do so, support their physical copies as well if they release an album on CD or vinyl or whatever it is. But yeah, that's a great point. America First says free America from Israel. Annihilation of the Evil Machine, The Maven, Perpetual Ascension, The Hit List featuring Gangsta Nip. All right. Okay. Sound Vision says R.I.P. Big Jerb. Yes, sir. R.I.P. to the homie Big Jerb, man. There's so many people that always randomly will shout out Big Jerb and keep his name alive, man. And I love seeing that. I mean, all the time. I could be online. I could be in the streets. Somebody gonna always prop up Big Jerb. If y'all don't know who Big Jerb is, y'all look him up. Same with my OG Wicked Cricket. Wicked Cricket, AC Chill, Big Mellow, 38. The names y'all don't hear all the time. Know what I'm talking about? Sebastian says eating legume. I can never say legumes. Probably protected me from. Yeah, yeah. Probably did. You're absolutely right. I agree. Yeah. Didn't get the punch. Didn't get sick either. And even if somebody got sick that didn't get punched, you good. If you made it through, you good. And no, Spiky, the navy bean does not cause mucus to form in your body. No. The navy bean is the most healthy, potent, productive food substance that you can put into your body. And one day we're going to have a conversation about mucus, because I know a lot of people, respectfully, I know a lot of people follow Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi is probably the one who introduced the world to the conversation about mucus. That would be my guess. So everything, a lot of times people can talk about mucus. And we have to put mucus into a proper context. Too much of anything in a body is bad. You got too much water, it can work against you. But there are proper usages for mucus. Of course, mucus is a substance that helps to drain out certain materials that are in your body that they shouldn't be in. But we got to know what uh, levels of mucus or what causes mucus and what's a lot too much and all that, and not get caught up in everything creating or causing mucus in the body. One day we'll have that conversation. Jimmy says, did you know Mac Grace? Yeah, that was my homie, man. Shout out to back Grace. Shout out to his brother Los. Yeah, man. That boy Grace. Yeah, me and Grace was cool, man. Straight up. Yeah. What you know about Grace, Jimmy? Miami, I appreciate the love, my brother. Let me see. Yeah, we try to diversify. You've been doing this as long as I'm doing it. It becomes part of your challenge to keep talking about, to cover different things. You know, you cover a lot of the same stuff, but you just try to do it in a different way, or you update it based on what's going on in the world. Yeah. Teach, righteous says, not true, family. While boiling your navy beans, add a little baking soda to remove the gas bubbles. Yeah, a lot of people soak the navy beans overnight, to get that gas up off them. There's a bunch of different strategies. Jimmy says some of the old Zero albums. Yeah. Say I also hear a new release song of Grace with Klondike Cat on the hook. Okay, you know what? I'm let me I thought I saw Cat post something about Grace. Maybe that's what she was talking about. That might have been what it was. Because I did in passing at a glance, I did see where Cat had posted something and it had Grace in it. I just didn't. I was moving fast and didn't take time to check it out. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, man. I don't know. Grace is a legend, man. In these parts, he's loved and loved and loved. Yeah. Righteous says How to Eat to Live, books 1 and 2 by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Dr. Sabi learned a lot from Elijah Muhammad. Yeah, does a video where Dr. Sabi is enthusiastically speaking about meeting the messenger. He spoke about him meeting the messenger. He had great respect for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. A lot of Dr. Sabi's his a lot of his teachings on nutrition and all, they're different. A lot of it is different from what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches. There are certain foods that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says are good for us that Dr. Sabi disagrees, and vice versa. We just disagree. Um, I respect Dr. Sabi. I got nothing but love for Dr. Sabi. I'm one of those people who feel like they killed Dr. Sabi. Um, I believe in the things that I believe in the things that he said that he's done in terms of healing and all of that. And he has given birth to a lot of holistic um, uh, healers, I would say, holistic people who subscribe to holistic healing and eating and things of that nature. He's given birth to a whole generation of those people. But for me, um, I roll with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings, you know. So if somebody says something that is against, and I don't mean against in a negative, like combative, if something that's contrary to what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches about what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat, when we should eat, all these different things, I'm just not going to agree with them. That's just the reality of it, because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad haven't been wrong yet about anything. And How to Eat to Live has also given birth to a lot of healers and in the field of nutrition and such and such. And even if you have not become just a holistic healer or holistic lifestyle, you've taken on a lifestyle based on the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and How to Eat to Live, that taught you how to eat to live and saved your life, you know. So I respect them all, but there's only one that said he got it from God himself. It ain't just by saying it either. The fruit bears witness to the tree, to what the tree is. Landon said he ordered How to Eat to Live. Hey man, wise people do wise things. Yeah. Aaron Yarber, what's going on, Aaron? It says, Big Brother K, man, my homegirl just diagnosed me with a new sickness. It's called K-Rino and Tourette's. It's when you just blurt out a random. Oh man, hey, I hope that you never get healed, brother. I don't wish for a speedy recovery. I appreciate you and your homegirl for putting you on, man. Don't be a stranger. If you're just getting put on to your big brother, going on all the way down the rabbit hole, man. And you got a lot of catching up to do, and we got some new stuff coming as well, man. Base Hacksaw says, love the help talk and food, K. And everyone in the chat, no doubt, man. We never know where these live streams are gonna go. We don't know if it's gonna be. We don't know what it's gonna be about. It might get political one night, you know what I'm saying? It might get like you say, health and nutrition one night. I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on TV. Might be rap. Might be all of that. On the Open Topic, we be all over the place. We be talking about all kind of stuff on Open Topic. So you're absolutely right, brother. Base says Dr. Sabi definitely said some good things, although I disagree with alkaline diet. Our body is mostly acidic from the skin to stomach. And there's been a lot of conversation about, and I think misunderstanding about the alkaline diet or alkaline intake. People not really understanding how that goes. Shout out to my brother, Dr. Akili, who educated me on a lot of things concerning, alkaline and how one of the misconceptions was that the goal is to make your body alkaline. You want to get your body alkaline. You don't want your body to be acidic. And you just said it, that there has to be some acid in your body. Your body has to be acidic to a degree. And what our brother said, I don't want to misquote him, but what he said, you want to be at a right balance. You want to be at zero. You don't want to be too far this way on the acidic side. You don't want to be too far this way on the alkaline side. You want to be at zero. That's where you want to be, So yeah, that's a good point. While, of course, alkalinity has a purpose, just like, a lot of the things that we subscribe to, but it's about the balance, in the same way we spoke about like mucus having a role in the body, acid has a role in the body. Yep. I see y'all breaking it down. Hey man, was that XNXCNXNX? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I can show spell it. Hey, I appreciate that love, man. New music coming next month. Yeah. Kevin Robinson, my brother. You know what it is, man. I already know, man. Ain't nobody watching. Kevin and a few others are watching the Underground Dialogue Podcast, man, where we don't do messy media. Y'all looking for somebody to be beefing and controversial and talking about who's banging who baby mama and who did this and who planted the dope and who called the feds and who did this and who snitched, and we don't do that. We try to drop knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, a little entertainment if it's possible. You know, it gets boring to some people. Some people, truth and knowledge and wisdom is boring. Hey, we just gonna be boring, man. But we entertain if we can. But the priority is to educate. If there's some entertainment in the education, then it'll be like the great KRS-One said. It'll be edutainment. Yeah. The Prince of Peace says there is no special race. I don't know if nobody said it was. Did somebody say that tonight? We are all placed on earth because we all can go to heaven. Okay, I mean, all right. Bay says, I disagree with Elijah Muhammad on the story of Yaqub genetics. No evidence, but I digress. Everyone's a type. Well, you know, you got to dig deeper to find the evidence. And the evidence, the evidence is in the people that Yaqub grafted into existence, and those people are still walking around. So, like you say, we can disagree, but that process which you're speaking of, which is called grafting, um, is a genetic engineering process, and the bear witnessing of that are the people that it produced, that it was meant to produce. And that could be done again over and over again. It would take the amount of time, but it could be done. But that's another deep one that we would have to really go into. Young, Rugged, and Raw says, I got friends that listen to different type of rap, but I let them know who the greats are. So anytime they get asked, they know the answer, even though it's not the music they love. Yeah, yeah, you know, and people gonna have their opinions, but we are products of the era that we come up in. And the thing about music, I guess some people will say it's the beautiful thing about music. Some people say it's not a good thing, one of the bad things. But whatever era you come up in, that's what's gonna pull your interest and your passion, and that's gonna connect you to that era, because music is the soundtrack to our life. So when you hear those songs as you going through your life, and then years pass, those songs are now attached to moments that you lived your life in. Those rappers that you grew up listening to and rap and all that was new. It's like nobody can ever take that feeling away. Nobody can ever take the feeling away from me when I first ever heard Run DMC. When I first ever heard Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One. When I first heard Super Rhymes and LL, you know, nobody can take that feeling away. So fast forward, you got people who they come up listening to. Drake might be your guy. Kendrick might be your guy. They come up listening to those artists. Nobody can take that away. And there may be other artists who we might look at it like, man, what? You say he's the best? But in their mind and their eyes, yeah, because that's their era. That's what addicted them. See? Yep, yep. Aaron says, by the way, I'm Nora Rebre. I can't get in that channel no more. What they do? They locked you out your channel, Nora? Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. What about that frequency balance? National Security says, what about that frequency balance? Uh, Elaborate on what you mean with that question. I feel like I know, but I don't like to jump the gun, you know. The Prince of Peace says, I am white. I am a white dude, but that shouldn't matter. I don't know who said I don't know who said it did matter, man. You came in just coming in like I don't know where this is coming from, man. Yeah. Young, Rugged, and Raw says some of these doctors weren't all 100% right, but they forced the medical field to finally give the whole answer on some things. Without these people, we would never got some of the science. Yeah, I mean, and the doctors, a lot of the doctors are really good doctors that have great intentions. Everybody in the medical field is not part of the agenda. A lot of great doctors out there, man. They do the best they can, and they're working with what they were taught. So their intentions are not negative or evil. It's just like this is what we were taught in school, you know, and this is what we have become indoctrinated to believe that this is right. And a lot of it is, but you know, the flip side to that as well. Yeah. Righteous by Nature says Yakub is Jacob in the Bible. Yeah, Yakub, Jacob is similar in the it's a translated name one from the other. He says, I was taught not say it's not true, just say you never heard it before. Well, that's why I said there's a lot of studying and research more you got to do that just we just wouldn't have time to do. Because what can happen is we can hear something that sounds far-fetched. See, and what can happen also, or what does happen, is that the presentation that the enemies of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad give of some aspects of his teachings, it makes the people who don't know, it creates a rejection in them based on how it's presented to them. See, so if I hand you um, a wholesome, healthy, cooked meal, I got all kind of good food in this particular meal, but um, I don't serve it to you on a clean plate. I just walk up to you and just drop it on the ground. You're gonna be like, I'm not eating that. Or if I walk up to you, I got uh, beans and all kind of vegetables. I got it in my hand, and my hands is dirty. And I here's your food, man. Here's your food. You're not gonna eat that because of the presentation, even though it's good food. So when they speak about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaching about Yaqub, what they'll say is, well, Elijah Muhammad, he talks about a mad scientist who created the white race. Okay, well, if I present it in that manner, it would be easy for you to reject it because now all of the details and the nuances and the science that exists within the teachings about grafting that wasn't handed to you. Oh, Minister Farrakhan said he was snatched up on a spaceship. If I say it like that, you don't know the nuances and the details and the the reality of it based on how it was presented. So we got to be wise in how we even receive information and who we receive it from. So that's some good conversation right there. Jason says we can't be caught up in a world blown out of order. Miami says I've really been staying off that meat for real because they have entirely too many chemicals. Yeah, and even without the chemicals, meat is just hard on the body, hard on the digestion. You can get the best meat in the world. You can raise your own cows, feed them the best of the best grass, but meat is just tough to digest. So while it's not forbidden, it's not suggested that we eat excess amounts of meat. Is that Magdalene Treadwell? Yep. South Park. Who said I wasn't Muslim? XNX. Yep. Bay says it's hard to break down beef. That's right. Tonio says, have you studied the Saturn cube? No, I don't know what that is. What is the Saturn? Okay, I'll check it out. If I can remember to look it up. Top dog. The top dog. What's up, Top? Top says, do you think what Cardi B did will help the movement of selling more physical products? Well, I would hope that it would bring attention. That's why I made the video I made about that, because I would hope that it would bring attention to the fact that even the major labels are still pressing up physical copies. Even the mainstream artists are still, their music is still being released on CD, which tells me, like I said earlier, there's still a market for CDs to sell, even in the streaming heavy, the streaming dominant industry that we're in now, where about 84% of music is sold through streaming, and physical copies represent about 7 or 8, represent less than 10% of music sales. So I would hope that people seeing that would make the independent artists go, yeah, we still need to stay on the path that we on. You know, for Cardi B, she's on a label. She has a contractual obligation where there's going to be percentages in her deal, in her paperwork. Those percentages are not going to work in her favor in terms of being more dominant, leaning towards her financially compared to the label. The label gonna get the lion's share of the money, you know. But to see her out there, whether it was publicity stunt, she said it wasn't, whatever, it was to me, let's focus the attention on the fact that, okay, these CDs are still, they have not eliminated the CD from manufacturing. We got to stay on that grind, and we got to encourage our fans, like I said and keep saying, to support. Somebody walk up on you with a CD, just like back in the days. I young brother, how much they? $10, I got you. You know, because when they did that with the streaming, it made it almost impossible for artists. And Top, you know how it was back in the day. Man, a dude come out of H-Town, start his own label up, press his own units up, take that thing to Southwest Wholesale, and you can sell 15, 20,000 units just on your own without even the usage, without the aid of a so-called major label. So you sell 20,000 units at $8 a piece, you just made $160,000. Do you know how many streams you got to get to make that kind of money? You would have to be in the billions and billions and billions upon billions of streams to generate $100,000+. And I always use the example of selling a $10 CD. If somebody bought one of these off of me right now, if I was at the gas station and I sold one of these right now for $10, the dude gonna pull out $10. I'm gonna hand him this, and we're gonna go our separate ways. And I got a $10 bill in my hand. To make that same $10 through streaming, I gotta get about 3,000 or 4,000 streams to make that same $10. This gives you an example of how wicked that whole structure is. And they did it on purpose. Is that T Loudzen? I'm gonna say your name right. T Loudzen. But y'all be having some names, boy. Well, you know I'm talking to you. It says, hey, what do you think about the 31 Atlas asteroid, a comet that's approaching our solar system? I don't think much of it. I don't think nothing's gonna happen. What people don't know, asteroids come towards the Earth all the time. Most of them don't make it through the atmosphere because they get burned up in the atmosphere upon entry. There have been some that have penetrated and actually landed on Earth. Nothing of significant size, at least in recent time. But my personal opinion about the 31 Atlas is that I don't think it's gonna do nothing. Now I have not looked to see what the projection is, what the size of it is. I haven't looked to see none of that, but you know, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Wake up. Prince 817, what's up, my brother? Says Scarface mentioned K-Rino as one of the best lyrics in Texas on Club Shay Shay. Shout out to Face, man. Shout out to Scarface, the greatest rapper we ever had to come out of our city and out of the South, in my opinion. Shout out to Bun B. Shout out to Zero, the king of the ghetto, the Don, the Mo City Don. Because those three brothers, no matter what platform they go on, big or small, they always shout me out. And I really appreciate them for that because they don't have to do it. And I say this all the time, you get a lot of cats who, if they run into you in person, they'll give you props and show you love. But then they'll go on a big platform or somewhere else, and then they'll mention a whole bunch of other people that won't mention your name. You know, those three guys I mentioned, they always show love, always. Shout out to Face, man, because I don't see these brothers every day. That's like a lot of the misconception about like Houston and Houston rappers. It's like outside the city, people might feel like we just all together all the time. I hardly ever see Face. I hardly ever see Zero. I hardly ever see Bun. We run into each other when we run into each other. We could I could land on the same show as Zero. We can get booked for the same show and then we'll see each other. That could be an event that I happen to be at or invited to, that Bun B happens to be at or invited to. We'll see each other then. Scarface here and now we see each other, but we don't just be around each other like that. So for the remembrance, for them to have the remembrance of their brother, you know, I'm very appreciative of that. I appreciate those brothers. I thank God for those brothers and for that, because it don't have to be that way, man. And I make sure I let them know every time I see them that I thank them for doing that. Yeah. Bay says, I just recently seen Immortal Technique shout out K-Rino on one of SPC videos. Really? Immortal Technique gave me a shout out? Was that old? Yeah. National Security says our vessels vibrate at a frequency. Okay. Yeah. I haven't studied much into that, but maybe I should. Jason says we had a hectic protest about our government here in Adelaide today. What's going on in Adelaide? What y'all got going on in Adelaide, man? I said that. Had to. I'm glad you reminded me of that. Did I say that or did somebody else say that? Half the rappers couldn't ghostwrite if they passed away. That's funny. Come on, National Security. National Security says I still want to buy a CD and got no CD player. That's what it's all about. Collect it, buy two, give one away. What's up, Robert? What's up, Steven 369? What's your take on Malachi Z. York? Well, Malachi York, he was really popular about 20 years ago when he was doing this thing, the whole Nuwabian movement that they had. Of course, you know, we know Malachi was another individual who came up in the nation at one point under the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He branched off and created his own thing. Same thing. A lot of the knowledge, he juxtaposed a lot of wisdom from different places, and a lot of it is spot on legit. But there's a lot of it that I can't rock with, me personally. You know, there's been some things, you know, that he said that I didn't agree with, and there's been some things he said that I do agree with. But yeah, that's as far as it goes with Malachi. All praise is due to Allah. They say you are what you eat, but you can't eat bears, lions, or tigers. Somebody will try. You got to understand the human race, especially in America, we'll find a way to eat anything. We eat stuff that there's no way we should be eating it, but we'll turn it into what we call a delicacy. We shouldn't be eating alligators and stuff, man. Squirrels and possums. This type of, oh man, I'm a country boy. That's good eating. Your body don't agree with that. And over time it won't. Over time it'll show you that it don't agree with that. Oh, you better eat some of this hog. Nah. Elvando Ray, appreciate the love, my brother. Appreciate the donation. I still need to get. You gonna be in the hood tomorrow, Top? I'm gonna send you this info. Where we gonna be at? If you're available, if you're free, just pass through and holler at us. Yeah, yeah. Agent Wick, what are your thoughts on GG33 numerology? I don't have a familiarity with that. I'm familiar with the concept of numerology, but the details of it and the different, I guess, variations of it, because I've seen people explain it one way to somebody else. So there may be multiple, there may be no definitive teaching on numerology itself. Just like you just said, GG33 numerology. Never heard of that. Other people will just flat out say numerology. So no, I'm not qualified to speak on that. I don't really know. Robert said, that's what made Master P. He said, no money up front. Give me percentage of record sales. Yeah, smart move, because a lot of times they get you like that. Now, I will say, depending on the amount that they're offering you up front, and depending on your situation, man, you never know an individual situation, an artist situation. So sometimes we'll say how dumb an artist was for taking this particular deal. Man, you should have waited. You should have. And that's easy for you to say or for me to say if I'm not in the financial hole that somebody may be in when they come in. Like, man, hey, man, I need to save my family now. You know, I don't have the luxury of waiting 6, 8, 9 months for the money to roll in. When I'm in a situation now, I got a baby now that needs some food, and I got a house now and bills now that need to be paid. And somebody said, "Hey man, I give you 250,000 right now, and you never touch that kind of money." Now we can look at it from a business point and critique it and say, "Well, yeah, okay. Technically, in the long run, it would have been better to do it the other way." But I base those decisions. When people make those decisions, I judge those decisions on a person's situation, and if it comes down to a matter of that person's uh, ignorance in this case meaning just not knowing. See, so because you can sign a bad deal, you can think you signed a good deal, you just didn't know no better. So you took the upfront money when you didn't have to, when you wasn't in a strain, and then now you find out later on, hey man, had you waited or had you negotiated it this way, you would get a percentage in freaking perpetuity. You just didn't know. Check out the brother who was in Lion King, Jason Weaver, and they offered him a deal where he could get a flat upfront payment from doing whatever work he did on the Lion King, maybe a voiceover, whatever he was doing. And his mother, who was managing him at the time, his mother was like, nah, we want a piece of the percentage. We want a percentage of it in perpetuity forever. Best decision they made. See? Michael Jordan, same thing. His mother, same thing. No, we want stock in the company. We want a percentage in the company. That's what we want, because they don't have a problem giving you some upfront. They don't have a problem just paying you off a one-time payment, because they already know the potential. They know what it's going to do, or they project what it's going to do. And they're like, man, we can make 200 million off it. See, think about how the movies work. See, you go and do this movie. You're one of the actors in this movie, and you're the star of the movie, and they pay you, okay, we're going to give you $400,000 to play this role. Okay, hey man, that's a nice payday, 400,000. But then the movie grosses 100 million. So now you see the macrocosm, which is the 100 million, and you see the little microcosm, the little micro amount that they paid you. They just tossed you a little penny in a bucket, because that 400,000 don't look the same to you no more when you know somebody else made 100 million. So the same is in music, but like I say, I don't judge people's situations, man. Bad Luck says, doing an album release party next month. I've been to a few. Okay, Bad Luck. My boy say he been to a few. That's what I'm talking about, man. People that come and show up and come to the events and things of that nature, man. I rock with. Yeah, you know what? I am gonna do something, man. Appreciate you. Say, look. This is what I want you to do, Bad Luck. Send me an email and I'll hit you up and put you on a contact list whenever we set something up. Send me an email, my brother. National Security says, my pop's falling apart. I lose him, I'm going to break down too. Mistake number one. First of all, prayers to your pops. Number love and prayers, or whatever he's going through, man. We praying and wishing. We praying for the best for your pop. But let me explain something to you, family. This your dad, who you love. And the fact that you said that if I lose him, I'm going to break down too, that lets me know that you really love your dad, and he's been impactful in your life, and he's been a great man and a great influence in your life. That being said, that means he's instilled some great things in you. He don't want you to break down if something happened to him. So you got to take his teachings, bro. You got to take his teachings and say, well, hold on. God forbid if something was to happen to him, what would he want me to do? And then you ask yourself, would he want me to break down and go left and crash out and lose my mind? Would he want me to do that? I don't even know your pops, and I know the answer to that is no. So you have to reverse your thought process to say, hold on, forget all that. Yeah, I love him, but what would he want me to do in his absence? And the answer to that is simple. He wants you to do what you're doing. Keep moving forward. Keep working. Keep being better. Do you have a family? Do you have children? Do you have other relatives that care about you? They don't want to see you fall off. You can't do that. You're gonna be letting them down if you do that. I'm your big brother. I'm gonna shoot straight with you. That ain't the right thought process, bro. You get at the God and say, God, if it's your will to take my father from me, I've had him for however long I've had him, and I thank you for that time. Then you focus on what he will want you to do in his absence. He wants you to be greater. Carry on and be great. We are all passing through. So the creator is the only reality. So your father, even though he came before you, he was given to you. It was a choice for him to be your father by the creator himself. But when that time is up, if it is indeed that time, you thank God for that time, fam. And you say, okay, you know what, Dad, you taught me everything. You showed me all this here. Let me continue on and do what I know you'll be proud of me to do. You don't break down and fall apart. He made a man. Your dad made a man. He didn't make nobody to be weak and falling and collapsing and giving up on life. You still got to keep going. And another question I would ask you, the father of your father, who would be your grandfather, is your grandfather still alive? Because if you answer no to that question, if you tell me that your grandfather is not still alive, then clearly your father did what I'm telling you to do. He lost his father, mother, whoever it is, if that's the case, and he kept going. Made you great. You can't break that cycle. Bay says, yeah, streaming is bogus for income. Ad revenue is nutty, Professor, man. Said I got demonetized on YouTube. They wanted me to get like 100,000 odd minutes. Man, they hit you with 100,000 minutes? Man. All of y'all who are not subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast, please do so now. Those are our 2 podcast channels. Everybody is a star. I saw that too, Landon. Shout out to my big brother, Willie D. Willie D, one of the realest. Willie D is one of the realest that it ever will be. Always showed love to me. That's my brother, man. Robert says, shout out Australia. That's where the DJ was tripping. Oh, I remember that like it was yesterday, man. Who was Murder One? Who was that? You said SPC Murder One shouted you out 5 years ago. Who was Murder One? I don't know who that is. I never heard of Murder One. SPC Murder One. Nah, that's my brother. Jimmy says, I buy CDs to collect them. Yeah. You can buy them and collect, you ain't got to open them. Think about how much stuff we waste money on, man, that we don't need. So can't nobody tell me, well, man, I don't buy CDs because, I don't have a CD player in my car no more, or I don't listen to them. I just, I listen to it through streaming or digital means. And okay, yeah, but it's a bunch of other stuff you buy all the time that you don't need either. You ain't need them cigarettes, but you bought them. You ain't need them poke skins, but you bought them. Yeah, I can name some other stuff you ain't need, but you bought it. So you can't spend $10 with me when you see me on the street. You can't spend $25 on the website. And not just me, with your favorite artist, whoever it might be. All right. Robert, was you there? Spiky, you lied. You lied, Spiky. Spiky says I saw a meme. So it was a joke. It gotta be a joke, because I don't think cockroaches make milk. He said I saw a meme saying cockroach milk has more benefit. Do cockroaches make milk? Maybe they do. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not claiming yes or no. Somebody can use Google to your advantage. How do cockroaches feed their young? Never can tell, man. Yeah, see, people, that's another thing. See, this way you get in trouble at, Spiky. This is where people like me and you get in trouble. Boy, you tell black people that they shouldn't be eating shrimp. Leave them scrimps alone. Ooh, you got a war on your hand. I've been eating no shrimp. What's wrong with shrimp? Come on, man. What's up, LeBeau? My boy LeBeau come flying in. That's right, LeBeau, Phantom Face. They my like button police. Yeah. Righteous by Nature says, my mother told me before she transitioned, don't walk around with your head hanging down and your ASS dragging on the ground. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. Mr. White out there in Fort Worth, Texas, Funky Town representing. I see you, sir. Yeah, Mortal Technique, man, always show me love. That's my brother. Shout out to Mortal Technique, the great one. OG281, I see you. Appreciate the love, LeBeau. Oh, okay. Robert say I'm from Southwest H Town. You must have saw the DVD. Man, yeah. It said yes, cockroaches certainly species do produce milk. Okay, I mean that's not. I'm not shocked that they do. I didn't know. I was surprised. Okay, all right. Right, they said they feed their babies Raisin Bran cereal. Cockroach gonna eat whatever. Yeah. Hector Montoya, what's going on, man? Good to see you, Hector. How you been, stranger? Uh, how many tracks am I gonna put on a new album? I'm still wrestling with that. I got a lot of stuff I'm just messing around with, but I don't know if I should do 2 albums or just put a bunch of them on that one. I don't know what I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I really don't. I'm all over the place. St. Paul. Michael Mossberg. What it be, my brother? Michael Mossberg. Michael Mossberg. Michael Mossberg. Michael Mossberg. Make a song out of your name. See, that's why we gotta always look stuff up. See, because you gotta think, right? That's like if we was having a conversation, say, yeah, man, they out here, man, messing around with this old cockroach milk. And we've never heard of that. Somebody gonna say cockroach milk, man. Cockroaches don't make no milk. Somebody gonna say that without even knowing. There's somebody that know. They're gonna say, Man, cockroaches do make me. Man, cockroaches don't make no me. I'll be arguing and fussing. And somebody gonna say, hey, man, I just looked it up. Cockroaches do make milk. So we gotta look stuff up. Even when things sound far-fetched and foreign to us, let's go look it up. And even when you look it up again. Double check, triple check. Double check, triple check. Just don't write a bad check. Back to the lab. What's going on, D? How you feeling, my brother? Back to the Lab podcast. Y'all make sure y'all go support the Back to the Lab podcast and go check out the episode with your big brother on there, man. And like I said the last time, man, I was just so impressed with how thorough my brother was in his preparation to interview me. And I'm sure he's like that with everybody that he brings on or any topic that he covers. That's the sign of a good show and the sign of what I pray for it to be a successful show. See, because again, here's the thing. In the podcast space, I'm going to ask y'all, in the podcast world, the podcast-averse, what percentage of the podcast game consists of being driven on controversy, mess, and negativity? What do y'all think the percentage of that is out of a possible 100%? I'll wait while y'all come up with it. What I will say, I'll say that the percentage is probably 75% mess, negative, drama, clickbait, driven content. Now you have people like Back to the Lab. You have people like us at the Underground Dialogue Podcast. You have other platforms. They are not driven by that kind of content. All we want to do is drop jewels and information, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of people's history. See? And hope that we can do it in a way that still is attractive to the people, to the audience. So when you got a platform like that, unfortunately, we live in a world where it's a little more difficult to get some motion when that's your way of doing things, because people want to tune in, and if you ain't on there talking about who you beefing with in the first 5 or 10 minutes, they ready to check out. But brothers and sisters, there's good news. You talk like the Sunday morning preacher. There's billions of people on the planet, brothers and sisters, and many of them are lost. And they are seeking some knowledge. They're seeking some truth. They are seeking some history. They want to know. They are not enamored with who's banging whose baby mama. They are not enamored with what rappers is beefing with other rappers. Behind what? Who got caught in the dope house with their drawers around their ankles? They don't care about that. They want some food. They want some mental nourishment. And that's what we are here to provide, brothers and sisters. This is Pastor K preaching to you. So here's what we're going to do. Y'all see this napkin right here? This is a miracle napkin. I will send you one of these miracle napkins. All y'all got to do is send me $99. And I will send you the miracle napkin. Everything that you want and desire in this life, the second you order this napkin and it arrives, the UPS man will deliver this napkin to you. But on a serious note, you want this napkin, just go to your local grocery store and buy some paper towels. You got it. But seriously, man, back to the lab and other platforms. There are still a lot of good platforms that focus strictly on the information, man. Y'all get exclusive stories and history that you may not have known about a lot of your favorite artists. That's just me. I want to know backstories of my favorite artists that are hip hop related, not no personal bull crap. Man, we here for the culture. We here to teach the people, educate the people. Oh man. My bad, y'all. I got off on a tangent. Selling these $99 prayer napkins. Miracle napkins. That's just the miracle napkin. Let me catch back up because I got jammed up. What's up, Cher? Cher Jones, back to the lab. Come on now. We got the family in the building. Okay. Calculus says, we got some numerology. Calculus says Charlie Kirk was taken out 6 years and 66 days after his first show. First started on 7/7/19. See, I don't know about all that, man. You know, and even I'm not disputing the numbers. Not disputing the numbers. Matter of fact, let me shut up. When will Sorcerer's Saga? Oh, when is Sorcerer's Saga going to be a movie? Yeah, when somebody can come on and let's do it the right way. That's some sci-fi. We're gonna need some Black Panther special effects for that. Hector says, just got back to the H. I want to watch you perform Master G. Master G? Hey, Hector. Send me an email. I just put my email address in the thing. So shoot me an email right now. Y'all hit me up. All right, let's see. Texan geography guy. Texan geography guy is a lady. Robert says, do your own research. 12 gauge Mossberg. Pistol grip pump in my lap at all times. The Pacific beetle cockroach, scientific name is Diploptera punctata. I think I'm saying that's right. Is the primary species known to produce roach milk. We went from goat's milk to roach milk. Cockroach milk is composed of protein crystals, lipids, sugars, and vitamin, nutrient dense. Available now at HEB. Y'all can go get y'all some cockroach milk. Yeah, make you a cockroach milk. You can put it in your smoothie. Pour a little bit in your mac and cheese. And in 4 months, you have 6 legs. You have 4 new legs growing out of your body. Man, we got the cockroach. We got to get out the cockroach game, y'all. Let me get out the cockroach game real quick, man. I'm so far behind, man. Landon says, are you still doing that project with Tragic? Yeah, it's done. We did it. I flew out to Canada and did it. But we adding a couple of more songs. So we're going to add these 2 more songs. Tragic wanted to get a couple of features on there. Y'all know I ain't really big on features. But yeah, it's 96% done. Yeah. So when I asked that question about what percentage of podcasts that are out deal mostly with mess, controversy, beef, negativity, or just raunchy, nasty content, I said 75%. Landon said 75. Righteous by Nature said 75. Cher said Cher got it down to the point, the decimal, 85.6%. Yep, and unfortunately missed sales. Yep. But my point for mentioning that was there still is a percentage of people that have created platforms, they not on that. But the other side to the point I'm making is that if that's what you're looking for, there's plenty of that out there. But my advice to you would be, don't oversaturate your brain with just that. If you're going to look at that kind of content, cool. I watch that type of stuff myself sometimes. I'm not going to act like I don't see or click some crap from time to time. I'm not going to tell that lie. But my advice to you is to have at least to bless yourself with a balance, with a counter attack that consists of positive content, informative content, historical content. Have a balance. Stuff that is uplifting, not dejecting. Stuff that feeds, like the brother was saying earlier, that feeds into contributing to a higher frequency of thought. This is what you should do for yourself. You are what you eat. are what you listen to. You are what you watch. You are what you think. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So if all you ingest, like we're saying 75, people are saying 85%, if 75, 85% of what you eat in terms of physical food, if it's bad food, you're going to be sick soon. 75, 25 ain't going to get it, but golly, you let the 25, maybe the 25 is potent enough, like that navy bean. Maybe the 25% positive content got enough nutrients and potency in it that it can fight off the 85% negative. Maybe, hopefully, prayerfully. But you'll never know, because we're in a time now where we thirst and lust for the negative stuff. This is us with the negative. This is us with the negative. This is us with the positive. See? Because when your brain, when your mind is not being fed on those levels, then that part of your mind is dormant, is stagnant. It has to be reactivated. And like sometimes when I ain't read in a while, I'll start reading and I'll just be reading. I'll just find myself dozing off. I have to reverse my way. But if I'm watching some crap on TV, my eyes bucked out like a crackhead. We got to reverse it. We got to reverse our own curse. John Citizen, I see you. Joseph says, I hope Crawford beat the brakes off of Canelo. That's going to be a good fight. I'm going to find me somewhere to watch that fight tomorrow. I'm going to probably do something that I never do when it comes to fights. I don't say never. I say I've never done it, but I hardly ever do. And that's go to a sports bar. I don't like watching the fight at a sports bar, man, because I don't like to be around all the talking and but I might go catch it at a sports bar tomorrow because I gotta see that fight. I'm not gonna not see that fight tomorrow. Not gonna happen, inshallah. Yeah. All right. Trying to catch up, y'all. Right? You know, I get caught up sometimes. Spectre Cruz. Lightspeed Circle. You rocking with that Lightspeed Circle? Shout out to the homie Frank Meyer, man. We did that song. I don't know what year Lightspeed Circle came out. Spectre, you would probably have to tell me. I don't know what year Lightspeed Circle, but man, that was a collaboration I did with my homies out there in LA. Frank Meyer, man. Shout out to Frank. Lightspeed Circle. OG 281. Man, y'all not gonna let it end, man. Robert said the fact that we're learning about cockroach milk at 4 a.m. will be an interesting conversation tomorrow at work with people who think we've lost it. Bro, that's the beauty of, man, that's life. You never know what road the conversation gonna go down. Like, who knew? You could have told me when I woke up today that I would be having a conversation about cockroach milk, but I wouldn't have doubted it either. I'd be like, well, yeah, man, knowing me, yeah, so yeah, that's a good point. Cher says, who else is Googling cockroaches? It's funny, man. Hector says, my brother's in a big hand at Capri Poker for 600. 600 what? That's what's up, man. Wow. If you take your miracle napkin, well, now this is what you do. When you get your miracle napkin, when it comes in the mail, it's going to be delivered, certified. You got to sign for it. This is a miracle napkin. When you get your miracle napkin, let me show you how to use it. Because they don't come with the instructions. We haven't included the instructions yet. I'm going to teach y'all and demonstrate to y'all right now how to use your miracle napkin. When it arrives and UPS man drops it off. Now you see the size of this napkin, right? This little napkin is going to be in a box that look like a big screen TV could fit in the box. And when you open the box, ain't nothing going to be in it but this napkin folded up like this. That's it. Take your napkin, you put it on your head like this. Then you start singing that song that he was just talking about called Light Speed Circle. Close your eyes. When you open your eyes, your phone gonna ring. And when your phone rings, somebody's gonna be offering you a financial blessing, $50,000 or more. When you receive that financial blessing, I'm gonna need y'all to send me 49,900 of it. You can keep the 100. Okay. You say he won a huge pot because of me? How did he win it because of me? Hector? I don't even gamble. How did he win a huge pot because of me? I'm curious to know that. Crossfire Smith, what's going on? Crossfire says pay closer attention to what you buy from the store when reading the ingredients. I agree. I'm waiting on this story on how your brother won this pot because of me. Because I'm going to need to get my cut. I'm just joking. Robert says, like you said, you become who you hang with. Yes, indeed. Do I have any tattoos or piercings? No. Still the way I came into the world. Got a few battle scars. Sheriff says, don't let those crackheads out hustle us. Let's get it, y'all. Don't be hard out hustle a crackhead. Everything 360. Peace, big bro. See, I thought I was watching BT with the late night miracle napkin. I don't even know how we got on the subject of the miracle. I don't even know how the conversation started, man. But if you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in on this channel, we discuss everything from miracle napkins to cockroach milk. I may retitle this video. I think the new title of this video is going to be Miracle Napkins and Cockroach Milk. That will be, it won't be open topic no more. That's what's going to be the theme of this particular live stream, y'all. Amukalani Baloyi, peace and love to South Africa. Number love, South Africa is in the building. Yeah, let's get it on. I'm waiting for one more comment to come in from my brother Hector. But in the meantime, y'all know how we do it. Y'all drop y'all locations. Let me shout y'all out. Drop your locations. Drop them, drop them, drop them. Let me shout y'all out. D from Back to the Lab, you still on here? I'm going to holler at you when I get off. I'm going to hit you up when I get off here. In the meantime, y'all drop y'all locations, man. Look back and see. All right. Consistent with a K. I like that. If you got a K in your name anywhere, you all right with me. Euclid, Ohio. My brother Jimmy Robinson is in Anniston, Alabama. I saw a promotion. Did y'all just have a concert in Anniston or that old? Michael Mossberg is in Seattle. Everything 360, much love from Louisiana. Robert West. Oh, Robert West, Southwest, Screwston, Texas. Right here in the H. Okay. Massini Choice, my brother's in Auckland, New Zealand. Spikey is in Cali. I almost came to New Zealand one time, man. We couldn't line the show up. Y'all got y'all own little island off to the side. You got Australia, you got New Zealand just laying in the cut. Okay, it must have been something. Maybe I looked at the wrong thing, Jimmy. I could have swore I saw that they brought a concert to Anniston, Alabama. It was like some brothers from out here, like Zero and all them. Didn't they have they didn't come out there? Zero and Scarface and all them didn't come out there? Man, don't pay no attention to me, man. My bad. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. What's up, Albert? Is that Albert Trepanier? Am I pronouncing that right? Michigan in the building, man. Man, Michigan back door. My boy Base is in northern Michigan. Yeah. Michael says, shout out to friends and family in Dallas. It's all good. He say, I'm late to the stream. What's up with the cockroach milk? It's a long story, man. You have to rewind and figure out how I don't know how we got on that. I don't know how we got on the miracle napkins. I have no clue. No clue. Back to the lab over here by Memorial City Mall. Yes, indeed. Albert is in Michigan. David Goggins says his previous job was spraying cockroaches, which sickened him so much he became Goggins, one of the best motivated speakers. He said, I got to find me something else to do. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just curious, Hector. I mean, I'm just curious to know. Curious to know what my connection was. Landon is in Little Rock. Little Rock Landon in the building. Landon, peep the game. I want you to know something, Landon. I might have mentioned this a while back. I'm getting ready to write a children's book. I'm for real. And the main character of my children's book is named Landon. So I didn't name him after you, but I'll let you tell people that I did. K-Rino children's book coming soon. They came to Huntsville. Might have been, you know what? That might have been with. I don't know why I thought that was recent. Outer Light, what's going on? I appreciate the love, Outer Light. Says, say a prayer for me and my family. We're having issues with health. Okay, man. As a matter of fact, everybody, y'all send a prayer to Outer Light, man, and his family, man. God bless you, brother. Whatever you and your family are going through, we pray that it's rectified and everybody is restored fully, my brother. Everything 360. Big bro, you started me on my quest for knowledge with your Hit List album. Wow. Junior year in high school. Woo-hoo, you was in high school with those folks? Man, all praise to the Allah, man. God started you on your quest for knowledge. And if he happened to use your big brother to do that, man, and that's what it is. Give him the credit, not me. Consistent says, what happened to Phantom Face? Oh man, Phantom Face, he'll be back. You know, I mean, it's probably I got on here real late tonight because I had an event. And I got in late. But if I know Phantom Face, he'll be back. That's one of the OGs now. Yep. Cheryl said, you can meet me at Burger Park with check or money order for $99.98 for your very own spring prayer water and miracle napkin combo. You put the combo together. Woo! But whatever you do not pour the spring water on the napkin. They cannot touch because you're going to ruin the napkin. You got to drink your spring water and wipe it with the napkin. And then put it on your head. All right, man, let me see. Yeah, see, that's what happened. Crossfire's like somebody cracked a joke about some cockroach milk or something happened. And then somebody looked it up and found out that cockroaches do produce milk. And then everything went haywire after that. Yeah, we still got the other books for sale, of course. We still tweaking some stuff on the website for the payment options and all that. So once we get that together, then we'll have everything where y'all can go on back on the website and order straight from the site. I'm not familiar. Oh, you said Mook. Mook and Hitman getting ready to battle? Wow. I don't know what to say. I'm a fan of both. I'm just gonna watch. When is that? When they doing that? Yeah, that's top tier right there. V Morales, I see you. Say I know I'm late. I'm sorry, but I had to tap in from her. It's all good. You here? You ain't late. Even though I'm getting ready to leave, you right on time. It's all good. All right, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. I will catch y'all later on, man. I appreciate all of the love. Again, y'all go check out the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast. Y'all go check that out right now if you got time. My brother Enoch Muhammad, Valuable information. That brother was teaching from start to finish. I guarantee you, you will be a better person after watching that interview. All right, I'll catch y'all later on. Peace and fish grease.